Speaking of walking the plank and committing public fucking foolishness, the Coldplay reveal. This is the big news now. Who is this fucking guy that I should care or be aware of? He's some big businessman and his hooer mistress.
Well, don't say that. We don't know. We don't know if there's any actual.
Well, no, I know these heathens and these blasphemers.
She's married too.
Nothing worse than a blasphemer.
They were both married.
And they're fornicators. See? You got your blasphemers and your fornicators at these Coldplay concerts, this heavy metal rock and roll. It's the devil's
heavy
music.
Metal.
It's fucking satanistic. Do you ever play the Coldplay records backwards, Brian?
I don't play them forward.
Hear what they've got to say?
No, I don't play Coldplay, really. No.
Apparently some people are playing around at Coldplay.
Yeah.
So the story is, again, that they're having a Coldplay concert. They do these things around the country, apparently. And they've got a kiss cam, like the football game or the thing, wherever they have the kiss cam. I don't know. I don't, follow these things. But they've got it at a Coldplay concert, and on the screen they put up a shot of this guy and this girl with their arms around each other in loving embrace. And as soon as they see that they're on the big screen, he goes, oh shit, and he ducks out of the camera view, and she covers her face and turns away like they're on America's Most Wanted, and everybody pops. And now we come to find out again, apparently you know the business world. This guy is some big head honcho of some company, and this is his mistress of human relations in his company, and they're diddling each other without express written permission from Major League Baseball or their spouses.
Well, the New York Post is having a field day with this. It's been like 7 articles because they just put up another one in the last day. The new article is just promoted astronomer. That's the name of the company this man was the CEO of, and this woman was the head of human resources for. Just promoted astronomer VP of HR. That's the underling to the head of HR. Identified by internet sleuths as the embarrassed woman on Coldplay Kiss Cam. Because next to them, when he ducked down really awkwardly, you've never seen anyone do that before, and then she turns around and covers her face as a woman next to them with her hand on her head. That's the VP of HR. So the whole department is involved in this scandal. HR, by the way, for those of you who have never worked in a corporate environment, HR is the department that would deal with inter-office relationships. So, I mean, this thing is like...
Well, apparently they do a real good job. If you need an inter-office relationship, head right on down to fucking human relations there.
This is as bad as it gets for an HR professional. Her career is going to be... I don't know, who would hire her now? I mean, unless you're just looking for a good time at the Coldplay concert.
Again, and we'll get back to this main subject here in a second, but on a separate tangent, because you know how I am with corporate environment. I don't really understand. Do people just say, oh, I'd love to have a career in human resource management stuff?
Yes. I've known several women in my life who that was like their exact goal in life. Yes.
How do you study for that, and what do you do, and what qualities might you have to sit there and go, oh, you're mad at him and he's mad at you, and can't we all just get along? What the fuck do they do? I've seen the human department in the WWE. I don't know what the fuck they really did.
Well, a lot of this stuff is entry-level stuff. When they get you in the door, they help you with your paperwork. They sometimes do the introductory interview with potential hires. I mean, they do things. From my experience, though, HR people, there's the way they deal with the everyday shit, and then there's them just doing what the executives and the company want them to do. Very similar to like the commissioner of baseball. He's the commissioner, but he works for the owners. So at the end of the day, they're his boss. It's the same thing here. So the head of HR.
You're saying Happy was just a stooge. Happy Chandler was just a stooge for the man.
By and large, that's what most commissioners have been. Yes.
Well, I believe he put his foot down a time or two. I bet you he was that kind of guy. But nevertheless,
Well,
back to the
what do you think about the fact that the lead singer said, well, they're either having an affair or he said it on the microphone. Did he do anything wrong as a man?
Well, no, because let's examine this. For one thing, they get a shot of these people at their concert, and the one guy ducks like he's seen somebody firing a fucking gun at him, and the woman goes, "Oh my God," and covers her face like she's just seen donkey sex with a Dalmatian on stage, and it was fucking funny. But the more important question to ask is if these two geniuses, heads of a major corporation, do not want to be seen together in public, why are they in a goddamn building with 20,000 people standing there with him groping her upper frontal protuberances and her possibly standing there with the old reach around grope action? What the fuck? They could be, if in a work environment, they could be sitting next to each other in this box, in this public setting, but they have to be hanging on each other in front of 20,000 people. And I assume the town they may live in. Where are these people from and where did this happen?
This happened in Boston, I believe.
Is that where astronomer Jones there operates?
I am not sure where. I don't know too much about the company Astronomer. I know that maybe they need better executives, and maybe the board of directors is about to do something about that. Would be my first guess. But
so I'm thinking if they're out in public, hanging on each other like the betrothed husband and spouse or whatever the fuck, and in front of all those people at a public event with cameras present. And I think that's just a good rib on them for just get a goddamn room at the Red Roof Inn, dipshit.
You don't expect that. You go there to have fun with your mistress at a Coldplay concert. Obviously, you're playing right into her hands if you're taking her to a Coldplay concert. And it happens. It's on the Kiss Cam. Now, apparently, a second video has emerged of someone else filming the Kiss Cam. Like, no one filmed them in the arena. Everyone just has different angles of them on the Kiss Cam, obviously. You think that would go away. The first articles are like, Coldplay lead singer Chris Martin has fun with couple at concert. And then all of a sudden it was like, here's who he is. Here's who she is. The wife has deleted her social media. Here's where they used to work. Here's photos of that. Like, it just became a bombardment. This obviously must be heating up their website right now. The fact that they've gone so deep into this.
You know what? If Saturday Night Live had any balls, they would do that. Okay, they go, oh, the Kiss Cam. Oh, no. They go back to the concert. They go back to the Kiss Cam. Now there's some woman giving a guy a blowjob in the fucking seat. Oh, golly. And they jump. And then they go back to the stage. And then they come back to the Kiss Cam. And now there's a fucking guy fucking a sheep. Oh, golly. And just, see, I've done 15 minutes for NBC.
I think
week.
So. Yeah, it sounds like you just wrote Kentucky Fried Kiss Cam. I'm not sure exactly what you did there. What do you do? If you're this guy, how do you recover your career?
Fuck the career. Everybody's having a career. What about their goddamn husband and or wife? That would cause more fucking strife and concern.
Yeah.
Than,
it's on TV now. I'm seeing it on one of the monitors in the background. Here's the new angle of it, of the woman turning around.
Oh, bullshit.
It's on TV right now. Going viral in the worst way possible. It'll be on after the commercial break. That was just a teaser to the commercial break. And they had that on for a minute. All right. It's a big news day, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there you go. But anyway, no, you should go to concerts with your approved significant other or anyone that your significant other is approved, or elsewise, if you are in an unapproved significant other situation, then I only have sympathy if somebody releases the goddamn security camera footage from the Red Roof Inn.
Because even if they want to deny the affair, like even if they're like best possible excuses, no, we were just cuddling a little bit during this song. They weren't even playing a song. Yes, it was in between songs, wasn't it?
I was trying to get a tick out of her pants.
I just, I'm drunk and I just love her, and her working here has been so wonderful. Her HR work is the best HR work I've ever HR'd. So I just wanted to give her a big hug. And I was so embarrassed by this hug that I ducked down like a villain. He took like imaginary stairs out of there.
No, wait. Here's what it was. Yeah, no, see, Brian, you are an amateur. You're an amateur. You got to have the wisdom of experience and age to come up with this. Here's the story. Honey, I was standing behind her just because I'm taller, and I put her in front so she could get a better view. And suddenly, it was hot in that stadium, and they gave a shrimp cocktail, and that cocktail sauce, boy, it was a little spicy, and I think the shrimp were warm. And all of a sudden, I started getting a little woozy. And I threw my arms around the person in front of me just so I wouldn't, pass out. And at that point, right as we got on camera, I realized I was going to vomit. And I bent over.
I thought she was choking. That's what he should say.
She was so mortified by the stench of it that she had to cover her face and turn away.
The media doesn't tell you these things, honey.
No. They don't tell you about the throwing up.
Looks like he's giving her the Heimlich. See, I think that may be a better, more plausible excuse.
I don't think he ought to use the word lick in any context when talking to his wife about this.
The other thing is, they weren't the first couple, I don't think, on the kiss cam. From what I read in the first article about this, if you see they're doing a kiss cam, don't you say, all right, let's just separate for a minute. There's a chance here at the top in these very nice seats.
If you're not giving any more thought to what you're doing than to go out in public to begin with, then also you're probably thinking, well, there's 20,000 people here, and we're just here minding our own business. What are the chances?
You think they had a lot of
stars lined up?
You think the HR department had a lot of applicants, like when they came back to work today? I'd like to work there. It looks like a lot of fun.
It seems like there's a lot of positions to be filled in the human resources department there. So I'm sure they're probably right now bending over backwards trying to take all the applicants and entrants.
All right. Well, this has been Music News. For Music News, I'm Kurt Loder.
Yeah, thank you, Kurt, very much. He always seemed like a creepy older guy, even when he was a younger guy.
Yeah, he was out of place. And when I was a kid, he looked like he was so old. And now looking back, it's like he wasn't really that old. He was just something about him seemed old.
He looked off-putting.
Here with Jesse Camp is Kurt Loder. It's just at one point it got really out of control. But yes, I'm sorry to interrupt.